Air Force One. October 17, U.S. President Joe Biden. On Tuesday with strike in a Gaza hospital. During Middle East trip to the Israeli leaders were held at hundreds of Palestinians. Biden flies to Israel to meet with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and shows the U.S. support after the attack on Israeli villages and military bases of Gaza-based Hamas armed men who killed hundreds of people on October 7. After his meetings in Israel, Biden had planned to travel to Jordan for meetings with Arab leaders. But this stop was cancelled after the strike in which Palestinian officials accused Israel and Israel's Palestinian Islamic Jihad group. Biden will come together with Netanyahu. Israeli war cabinet will look for a feeling about Israel's plans goals in the coming days weeks. White House spokesman John Kirby said to journalists about Tel Aviv. Kirby, some difficult questions asks. As a friend, Israel will ask as a true friend. But they ask them some questions, said. Israel is expected launch a ground attack in Gaza. The United States oppresses Israelis to allow humanitarian aid help civilians. Kirby refused to indicate the nature of the questions he aims to ask Biden's plans forward. Biden also. The bloody Hamas attack. Who lost their loved ones or family members hostage will meet the first intervention teams and their families. Biden will make public statements during his visit. However, the journey can be overshadowed by the hospital explosion. 14 President Joe Biden. October 17, 2023. Maryland walks while leaving the common base Andrews for a high-bedding visit to Israel in the United States. Evelyn Hochstein buys license rights. Gaza officials say that Israel's army is responsible for ing. Israeli officials rejected participation of the strike during a large Israeli armament of settlement for retaliation against Hamas attacks on October 7. Before Washington on Tuesday, Biden left a long-time support Israel for Israel to calm the region and support humanitarian efforts Gaza. What he could achieve after hospital strike. Contradictory reports about responsibility and the cancellation of summit in Jordan were unclear. This kind of blurred but terrible event makes diplomacy more difficult and increases the risks of increase. International Crisis Group Director Richard Gowan said, Biden's visit was to underline that the U.S. has a grip on the situation. A tragic event like this shows how difficult it is to keep the war under control. Initially, he was expected to meet with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in Tel Aviv on Wednesday. Then he was expected to fly Amman meet the King of Jordan, Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas. The fact that he did not meet with Abbas or any Palestinian officials can undermine the diplomatic message of Biden while meeting with Israelis on his territory and attract critics at home and abroad. After hospital explosion, Biden's efforts in Israeli-Hamas war have been critiqued.